their purpose.
The fact that there was an election last year, there may be an election in December, and the fact that the Constitution has been voted on are not way stations on the way to democracy. They're theatrical events structured for a US media consumption that have nothing to do with the state, the dreadful state of everyday Iraqis' lives.
We're travelling through Sadr City on patrol with the Americans. And on the surface, everyday life for Iraqis appears pretty secure. The insurgency seems to have been suppressed. We came across some soldiers in the Iraqi army. They, along with the Iraqi police, claim to have everything under control.
What are the security problems you deal with in your everyday job?
هنا هذا يعني عرفونا بين اكو سيطرة هنا المنطقة هذا ومفحوصة يعني في المنطقة.
You might think that this is what President Bush had in mind when he said, when Iraq stands up, we'll stand down. But we can reveal the real reason for the improvement in security. The Americans, by ceding control to Iraqi forces, are in fact giving in to the local Shia militias and their tribal leaders. The most powerful militia is the Mahdi army, controlled by the Shia cleric Al-Sadr. But as far as the Iraqi police force are concerned, they're merely civilians with whom they've reaped. A colonel in the Iraqi police made this plain.
صار اجتماع وين المنطقة وصار تفاهم على خطة العمل وخطة الأمنية للسيطرة، فصار تجاوب من المنطقة أو من الرؤساء العشائري اللي هذا سبب الأمان.
You cooperate with the civilians in the area. I presume that means that you cooperate very fully with the Mahdi army.
احنا نتعامل كمواطن عراقي، ما نتعامل وياك يعني جهة معينة، ما نتعامل وياك كحزب أو كمنظمة، ما نتعامل وياك، نتعامل وياك كمواطن.
The result is that Al-Sadr is in charge, and it kind of works. His political arm, the Sadr Bureau, now deals with everyday problems.
Somebody's just come up to me, he doesn't want to be on film, and told me the following story, how he had his car stolen. He went to the Iraqi police at a checkpoint and they said, don't go to us, the Sadr Bureau will help you out. So he went to the Iraqi army, they said, don't talk to us, the Sadr Bureau will help you out. They're the ones who really police this town.
But there's a dark side to letting Al-Sadr and the Mahdi army run this town. The peace has been bought at a price that makes a mockery of the liberal democratic vision that inspires George Bush and Tony Blair. Captain Jason Novak, a battalion intelligence officer, admitted that Al-Sadr's army is now free to impose its own brand of Islamic justice.
We hear that they bring them into a mosque and then pass judgment on them and then execute the judgment. And sometimes it's a beating, other times it's execution. And we usually can tell those types of murders by the fact that the hands and feet are bound. The feet are barefoot because when they go into the mosque or shrine, they remove their shoes and they're shot in the back of the head.
Women in the city run a special kind of risk.
We found 2 females a few months back who had been beaten and then shot multiple times. One of them was shot in the groin. She could have been, who knows, she could have helped out in some way with an interpreter or something like that, and they decided to punish her for it.
Iraqis are paying the price for this sordid deal. One night a man came up to me in the street and gave me a letter. He told me not to read it until I was alone.
It's quite chilling. I'm going to read it out. People, including me, are afraid of Mahdi army because they have a special committee for assassination. The people who opposite them or talking badly about the Sadr Bureau. I'm reading it exactly as it's written. Actually, this committee still killing civilian people, and now they're focusing on former Ba'ath party. They killed my brother. They beheaded a woman, accused her of prostitution. Note, I don't want to take picture to me or make interview with me. That man obviously lives in an atmosphere of complete terror, and I should think that applies to most people who live in Sadr City.
And the final betrayal is that the man responsible for this reign of terror is now untouchable.
Next time you're on patrol, so you meet Muqtada Al-Sadr, wanted for murder, on the street, what are you going to do? Are you going to arrest him?
No, there's an agreement that we do not arrest him at this time. It's above me, but I would not be I would not be allowed to arrest him. But I don't know if we really can talk about that